out of the northwest, average speed of about 14 miles per hour. The route itself, as we said, is pretty flat, no real inclines, and it should be an excellent finish once again in Grant Park, which is also where the marathon finishes. It looks like we're getting set for the start. Very festive atmosphere here at Daley Plaza at about the women. Lisa Weidenbach, a two-time Chicago Marathon. 10 seconds till the start. They're off down Clark Street. The band has begun playing again. And as I said, the course for this 5K is very flat, and the entire part of the course runs through the mid-city area. And why don't we take a look at the 5K course right now. From the start at Daley Plaza, the 5K runners will charge up Clark.
The bridge right there. The bridge is, by the way, covered in carpeting furnished by the Amoco Corporation.
Shades of the New York Marathon.
And so the runners don't get caught up in the grid work on the bridge. Good touch. Same carpets they used last year, by the way. So I guess these things might work well in your patio also, huh?
Gotcha.
Trying to pick up a leader here in the 5K.
John Gregorek has run very well and won a race in Rhode Island last week, a two-time Olympian. He is number 4, if you can pick out people in the screen there. That's Terry Braun running with the Nike International uniform in the center of the track from Indiana, and the blonde hair. Gregorek is off to the right wearing blue. There you're going to be able to see these guys a little bit better. By Doug Padilla as they head down the rampway. They will start stringing out after the first mile and a half. They're all so talented, these athletes, that they can hang together for the mile marker and for 2 miles, really. This is the time of the year, I should add, Dan, when it's hard to win that money, because many of them have competed in Europe at the major international races, and they're tired. And September is usually the mental break for them, and they usually
build up in October, November, December. So
you know, this is really being in the pizza parlor. You smell the pizza, but you can't have a bite.
Well, there they go. 5K running. Some
dated splits on the men's marathon time.
5 here.
Second.
2 mile time that these runners are reaching, and right now it reads 8:41 per mile pace. They are clicking along, and I'll tell you, they're close to American and world record time so far. Let's see if the wind plays a factor. I saw the ramp that they were going down. That helps. Well, let me back off here and say that things are slowing down a bit here. They have not passed the 2 mile. The American record's going to be tough here now as they approach the 2 mile time. Very close right now to, it looks like 9 minutes and 10 seconds that they're past the 2 mile mark in.
We might point out that all during the stretch run here, they'll be with the wind, so the wind will be at their backs. That may help somewhat.
Certainly will. Having been a runner, faced a few winds in my day. Terry Braum up there in the lead group, John Gregorek in the pack, Gerard Donikowski, who is living right now in Ann Arbor, Michigan, Marcus Barreto from Mexico, Jim Spivey. I haven't seen him up in the lead pack, but was in terrific shape just a month ago, running 3 minutes 52 seconds for the mile on the Fifth Avenue mile. Is a man who can run the 5,000 meters well, and let's see what he does here. If the pace is at all slow, he's got a terrific kick, and it'll be a great race to the finish. Gregorek is a good kicker also, as is Padilla. Francie LaRue Smith, who has been, she and Mary Slaney have carried America's world-class distance running banner for the last 15 years, is here in the race, and one of America's absolutely greatest runners ever. From 800 meters to the marathon, Francie LaRue Smith has excelled. A chance to win this whole thing today, and maybe we'll have a chance to talk to her later.
Yeah, she said she would have loved to have run in the marathon, but her competitive schedule this year didn't allow for it.
Well, she would have been a great addition. There you see some of the numbers. Padilla out there on the left-hand side of your screen. I should identify Mentioned in the lead wearing the Nike in white, red, and blue is Terry Brahm from Indiana, an All-American at Indiana for several years and a member of our Olympic team in 1988 at 5,000 meters. There you see number 4.
Coming down Lakeshore Drive right now.
Number 13. These member of our Olympic team at 1,500 meters. In the back, Gregoric is back, the tall man who's directly behind Barretto. The talent is right there within striking distance. This last mile is going to be exciting. He's behind the man in blue, number 14, who we mentioned earlier, Aaron Ramirez. Spivey's behind him and is letting others just kind of break the wind. Spivey has terrific speed. This is going to be a great finish. This is world-class talent at 5,000 in the men's race.
Everybody appears to be in good shape as they come down the stretch here. Barretto may be laboring a little bit.
Less than a half mile to go. Notice how that lead group has left even, you know, some top national class runners in their wake here by over 200 yards.
Closing in on the finish of everybody's race at this point. Be rounding the curve now and just about to come on to Columbus Drive for the sprint to the finish.
There's about 300 yards left to go in the race. Pushing the pace very hard, and that in the Southwest at the University of Arizona, holding on well.
It's Brahm and Ramirez.
Brahm is a good kicker, I might add. Let's see what he's got left. Matt Justo is in third place. Gregoric is out of it right now. I didn't see Spivey up there, and the last shot we had about 200 yards back, he was there.
They're just about to come into our finish line camera picture. Here they come up Columbus Drive now, sprinting for the wire. Terry Brahm with the lead.
Terry is not alone.
Aaron Ramirez is still there.
Look at the arm motion. Look at the pump in the carriage here. These guys are definitely all out. You can tell the change here from running comfortably. Fine performance. Brahm's got this thing, I think, locked up. He knows it. He looked just casually over his left shoulder. You see the peak over there. Here he goes.
Terry Brahm will win it in an unofficial time of 13 minutes, 51.7 seconds. Unofficially, Ramirez would be second, but the winner is Terry Brahm, U.S. Olympian. A strong effort this morning in the 5K.
John Gregoric. Let's make some noise for them, folks. Here comes Greg DeMonte from Chicago.
Well, you know, Brahm is when you make Olympic teams at distance races, not only do you have a great deal of stamina, Dan, but you have kicker speed, you have sprinter speed. And that's what you see right there. He gets in with a guy who's a good runner, a world-class runner in Ramirez, and Hacker behind him is a big kicker too. But you must have the ability at world-class levels, even in the marathon, frequently to be able to lift and go that last 100 to 400 yards in a race like that.
He was able to lead Doug Padilla, who's just finishing right now, Jim Spivey, Gregoric, and some of the other elite runners in his wake. Terry Brahm, the men's winner.
You know, I had a coach in college, and when I first started running in the invitational races, and I was a sophomore in college, he looked at me one day and he said, listen to me, there's the first female, I'll tell you the story later.
Marisa Hernandez from Mexico.
Trying to pick up the first female.
That is Annette Peters coming in, running for Nike International, and she's had a fine career up in the Pacific Northwest, and she is among the fastest 5,000-meter runners in the world this year, having run 15 minutes and 19 seconds earlier. She's got total control of this women's field, including Francie LaRue and Lisa Weidenbach. Excellent time. Look at this time. Under 15 minutes and 40 seconds easily. Annette